Okay, we're back in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts with our 1920 Germany campaign. At the end of the last episode, we had successfully lured an attacking British cruiser away from our transports, and we're trying to disengage. It wasn't terribly clear if we would be able to, and so I cut the recording off. As it turns out, Lindbergh was able to continually increase the distance between the two ships, despite being a little bit slower. And I think that's because the AI never just puts its bow right towards you and just chases you. It's always at a little bit of an angle. Soon after I cut the recording off, we actually got outside Ariadne's 9-inch gun range, didn't take any more damage. And not long after that, got far enough apart to lose spot and end the battle. It was counted as a defeat for the I guess just because Ariadne with her heavier guns did do a little bit more damage, but neither cruiser was hurt badly at all. Light damage for both, and so they got 5 victory points to our 2, and that results in a defeat. I think that's suspect because, you know, the whole idea was defending our transports, which we did successfully. But it is what it is, and it doesn't hurt much either way. And now I know enough about the British heavy cruisers that we can design one of our own to replace the undergunned and not very accurate Victoria Louise class. Heavy cruiser. This will be the Prinz Heinrich class. Let's see. The British is 26.4 knots. We can go with 30. Three-quarters on the range slider ought to be plenty. See if we can keep maximum bulkheads. We'll try for standard crew. I typically kind of max out all of these. See if we can get by within spoilers. Geared turbines. Aux 1, shaft 1. Unbalanced. Electro-hydraulic. Fast with these and not explain every single choice I make. I think y'all probably have an idea by now of the way I design ships. What do we need against a 9-inch gun? Say it can penetrate 14.3 effective armor at 7.5 kilometers and 1.4 inch of deck at that range. And we've got, with the Group 3, we've got exactly 100%. So these numbers are all basically doubled for effective armor. So that looks like we need about a little over 7 inches of belt and a little bit less than an inch for deck. I'm just going to go with an inch. Maybe about, let's go 7.5 for the main belt. It should give us 15 inches of effective armor. Let's go to 16 for 5 kilometers. (8.5), 17 inches effective armor. I don't really want to be much closer than 5 kilometers just because of, you know, pesky torpedoes. Okay, so if we've got, how about like 5 inches forward? Seems like we'll wind up with our aft facing the enemy. You know, maybe with my somewhat cautious style, my stern is facing the enemy as much as the forward is, so I'll just go same fore and aft. The deck is just kind of random because those are mainly plunging long range. I don't think that matters that much. Let's just even them out though. That ought to be alright. Give ourselves a little superstructure. Do an inch. And I kind of like the conning tower to be at least as much as the main belt. Okay, there's kind of our entering argument. We've got almost 7,000 tons to play with here. See what we can do. Okay, for 30 knots, it's the least funnel we can get away with. What does one of the smaller funnel do? Well, that gives us 100% right there. So that's, I mean, we can't have less funnel, and it's enough. I know I want at least 9-inch guns. These are Mark 4s. The 10-inchers are Mark 3s. So at our typical kind of 7.5 kilometers, I got 1.8 or 1.9% on the Mark 3 10-inch. And almost double that with the 9-inch. We know they have 9-inch. I think that the 9-inch gun is the way to go here. What would the 8-inch give me, just for comparison? Yeah. The 9-inch is the sweet spot for inherent gun accuracy. It is the most accurate of the 3, and we know that it's enough for the relative damage. This is the way to go. It's 1920, not 1930. I don't want to go triples, so I think 2 forward, 2 aft is going to be fine. If I can perch, I can. Oh. Not very well, though. It will sit on top of that little barbette, but it doesn't have any firing arc. Okay. Can't put a 9-incher there. Can I put a single? I can, but not with any better firing arc. Okay. So this lower one is going to be 9-inch back here. But I'm going to have to put... Man, I really don't like mixing calibers. but I'm gonna. And I need the heaviest turret I can get for weight balance. Don't want to do a triple. How about an 8-inch here? Okay. I don't love it. Still have a bit of offset. So I'm going to put torpedo launches back here because they're much heavier than the secondary mounts. Okay, I'm going to go with the stereoscopic. Best possible torpedo detection, and I want the RDF. I want these things to fire as fast as they can. I want super heavy shells. Stay with standard. Powder. TNT is fine. Good, just advanced hydraulic. Let's get some barbette on here. Still got some room, tonnage wise. Haven't done secondaries yet though. I want to counteract the super heavy shells, so I think I want at least barbette 3. Okay, that gives us about 1,000 tons for secondaries and torpedoes. What do we have available? We can go up to 5-inch. These turrets are 75 ton apiece. Well, the triples are. Compared to 20 ton for 4-inch. The duals will be a little bit lighter, but probably the same ratio. Because I need some more weight aft, I don't want to go triples. Let's put some 5-inchers back here. This, it does a little bit. I think this turret can come back a little bit anyway. Well, I don't want to hurt my pitch too much. Let's go with that. Let's do some quad launchers back here in the aft. Okay, that doesn't. Gun arc is, I think, okay. That's okay. Not super great, but okay. We've got some aft weight now as we put more guns on this thing. 1 5-inch forward, and let's get 1 5-inch up here. Somewhere. I don't think I can put 4-inchers here. Let's put a few 4-inch here midships. Got to bring it out a little bit to get a firing arc. Yee. And I think we need to go with 3-inchers. How small do they have to be to go in these? superstructure mounts. Do I have to go 2-inch for that? I guess so. Alright, we got some 5, we got some 4, we got some 2, we got some torpedo. And just a tiny bit of forward weight imbalance, which I think I can correct by just easing this 4-inch back a little bit. How about that? I went a hair too far. How about that? Okay. I've got this irritating message. Let's just double check each gun's okay, okay, okay. What's our roll? Oh my goodness. Quite a bit. Those quad torpedo launchers do that. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these 5 inches are heavier. I'm going to put them more toward the center of the ship. And I think I'm just going to do 1. Put these 4 inchers kind of in these positions. Yeah, that's better. We're just a hair over 30 for combined pitch and roll. This 5-inch turret, if I move it back here a little bit, I may be able to scrunch it closer to center line. Yeah, like so. Still not loving this. And we've got a little bit of aft. What happens if I put a single tube right around here? Well, it helped with fore and aft. We get that much more roll. I don't want that. How about just putting a little 2-incher right here on the deck? And how about just, we'll just go 4-inch all the way around. Okay. And I'll just move this one back a little bit. Not quite. Let's see if that does it. Okay. We're balanced. We're sitting right at about 30 combined for pitch and roll. Okay. We've still got almost 600 tons. Crew's fine where it is. Smoke is fine. Can I get a little bit more speed? About 31. Okay, 93.4. That's fine, I think. Can I get more range? I can. Do I want more range or do I want more armor? Well, crap. I've got the little torpedoes. Forgot to... I've got the tonnage for it. It just screws up the weight again. And if I scooch this turret forward, I would much rather move this one. That's going to affect his firing arc too much, I think. Yeah. Bring this one forward one notch. Which doesn't counteract. That does. 31 combined pitch and roll. I'm going to live with that. Increase in speed would just decrease engine efficiency. Plus, we've only got 50 tons to work with. So I'll just tack on a little bit more armor. Whatever I can get. And the belt. Oh. Nope. Back down. Back down. Whatever we can get, let's get it on the turrets. At least up until the point where we have weight imbalance again. Okay, 8.8. That's all we can do. And let's get some on this 8-inch gun too. Since it's kind of part of our main armament. 1 ton. Conning tower? Nope. That's about the smallest increment there is for armor. What about the top of the 8-incher? Nope. You know, some fraction. I mean, the number's right, but the can't increase. How about if we bring that up? There we go. Okay. Let's just double check the firing arcs to make sure that that warning isn't really as big a deal as it looks. Fine, fine, fine. Yeah, apparently this thing can just shoot right through the deck house and the 8-inch turret. Are they symmetrical? Yeah, okay. I guess they are. Okay. The Prinz Heinrich Heavy Cruiser class. Just make sure I didn't overlook something here. Did this. Super heavy, standard. I like those are fine. These are fine. Barbette, armor. Okay. Save design. We have a total of 5 heavy cruisers of the poor current design. These are the Victoria Louise. We have 6 of the new lights building. We are going to start with 6 of the Prinz Heinrich. What does that do to finances? Still barely in the black there. However, will we have enough? Well, they get done when they're done. And if a couple of these ships along the way come in, there's not enough crew, they will initially be mothballed. But recruits will keep coming in. And so if they're mothballed, they're mothballed. But just to keep the budget from going into the black, we'll suspend the last 2. Look for a spot where we can start bringing them on. And these can all, I see no reason for them not to go to I'll initially come them have online. I'll initially build them in the Baltic. Danzig is fine. They're going to come online with probably cadet crews. I'll move them over to the North Sea when they get up around trained. I probably should have done that with the lights as well, because by the time these things start getting constructed and entering the fleet, our other ships should be up to, like in the trained regular area, maybe 1 or 2 seasoned. Some of these are already trained already. None of them are still cadet. They're all at least green. Okay. So, building heavy cruisers. And we got a little bit of budget surplus since some of these are suspended. And a pretty fair reserve by now. Let's head on into August. Brits lose some transports. That's good. 2 battles. Got one here where... Ooh. It's a pretty sizable battle. Pack of our cruisers against 2 British battlecruisers. This is, we have more ships, but this is not a great matchup. The battle is way over here in the Baltic. We don't even have ships in the Baltic, unless there's one at maybe it's this one in Palau that got sent there after a battle. And it's another one of these, well, it's the same 2 as last time, Limburg and Ariadne. Okay, we can't skip past that battle. We'll lose VP for that. Don't particularly want to fight that battle. We already are well aware of the large disparity in firepower between the 2 ships. And if I fight the battle, it's mainly going to be a kind of a let's disengage. That's probably the optimal thing to do, but I don't want to spend time doing that, and I'm not really all that good at editing stuff out in the middle of videos. So I'm just going to auto-resolve this and see what happens. Boom. Okay, well, we actually came out okay there. Apparently in auto-resolve world, we came out with light damage, but the enemy came out with medium. We got a few more VP, and it's a draw. I'll take that. Now for this convoy battle. So what we'll get out of this is at least we'll know about the British battlecruisers, and maybe we can all kind of mass up and throw a bunch of torps at it. We're sure not going to do much with our guns. We may lose a couple cruisers here. But you know what? We don't like them anyway. We got ships building that are better to replace them. Let's go a little reckless here and see if we can't bag a battlecruiser with torpedoes. We shall see. All this for, you know, we're defending one stupid transport, really. There better be something pretty darn important on that thing. Alright, let's kind of figure out what our deal is here. Okay, the main line is the 2 heavy cruisers. We have the 3 lights in follow. Okay. I think that's fine for the moment. At least they should maneuver somewhat, not too terribly stupid. This cruiser is also following. That could cause problems. I think for now, Frauenlob. I don't really want you to turn around and come all the way back to join this division in the rear. I also don't want to juggle any more divisions than I have to at the beginning. Screw it, just do it. Here. From join the other light cruisers. And that's the transport there. And our one DD, yeah, let's maneuver you independently. Come on over this way for now. Just to stay out of the way, really. And well, these battlecruisers are already firing at us. And there's one of their CAs, and I'm sure the other CA is right in division with it, probably right about here. Okay, we're going to charge in there and try to torpedo one of those battlecruisers. Not till we're ready. Turn off your torpedoes for now, please. Here we go. Victoria Louise will probably get wrecked. Oh. Okay, their heavies were in screen formation, so this guy was actually on the other side of the battlecruisers. BCs are heading over this way, so of course. Victoria Louise will actually just kind of tank damage. Let's do this a different way. Light cruisers. Let's get you out in front of the heavy cruisers just because you can smoke and it'll be a little bit harder to hit. Let's just focus everybody on this one heavy cruiser. Since you're closest. You've already pickled off torpedoes. You know what? Change of plan. We're not going to do this. Fire midships. Nope. Too late. Maybe not. Okay. Avoided those. Their heavies have gotten, heavy cruisers have gotten closer. They're going to be easier to hit. Let's just try to take out one of these guys and take our chances with the long range fire of the battle. Barrack is taking some damage already. There's our destroyer. He's over here taking fire because I forgot about it. Okay. V2, sorry about that. Here, smoke up a little bit. Why don't you just go ahead and here. Throw some torpedoes at him and try to get out of here if you can. Anytime. There you go. Okay. I'm gonna give him something to think about. Now, just here, retreat. Okay, Deutschland. Attach. Here. Turn this way. So at least you don't blunder into these. I think Victoria Louise, I think our best chance is to try to turn away and comb if we can. maybe slower speed a little bit. Speed a little bit more. No, she's gonna catch it. No, speed back up. Oh, there's one good ahead. 2. Keep turning. Keep turning. Maybe you can comb that second spread. Rudder midships. Oh, well, her rudder's damaged. She's sinking anyway. Shit. I don't think we got any torpedo hits from the destroyer. Okay, well. Alright, light cruisers. There's more torpedoes coming. They were fired at the sinking Victoria Louise. Deutschland. Pickle off some torps. Why not? They are pretty much out of torps, though. A couple left on Grafton. Hard left. Slow down a little bit. Tighten your turning circle if you can. They're turning. These aren't going to hit. Actually, I think your best shot is just go forward. Max speed. Let's make sure these light cruisers don't blunder into that torpedo's. There's another torp coming. Coming over this way. Should avoid that. Meanwhile, we should stop for a second and let's look at the British battlecruiser. This one is Trafalgar, and we are looking at about 28,000 ton, 26.6 knots. It's probably pretty respectable for an AI battlecruiser. Few bulkheads. Cramped crew. Okay. No torpedoes. We're looking at 14-inch guns. And they're Mark IIIs. They're not garbage. 4 dual turrets. A couple of 777s. And a surprisingly small number of 4-inch. And I'm not 100% sure, but that doesn't look like the problem, that doesn't look like what's probably the best available tower for the British. Skimped a little bit on that, it kind of appears. I mean, this barbette is practically taller than the pilot. But her main turrets appear fairly well balanced. If anything, she's probably got a little bit of aft imbalance with the turret the funnel back here in what is likely a fairly lighter forward tower. That may be counterbalanced by these 7-inch turrets. About armor. Armor's a little bit on the light side for... It's pretty heavily on the light side for a battlecruiser. Nothing really jumping out here. It's got the nice long-range rangefinder. Does not have turbine propulsion. It's expansion engines. Okay. So it's got decent speed. It's well armed for main battery. It's pretty thin-skinned. Okay then. There is no more torpedo. How did the... Yeah, okay. Engines are out. They're not coming back. Flotation's probably not going to come back either. They're not dewatering these. If V2 makes it out, fine. If not, well. But their torpedo threat is gone. None on the battlecruiser. And one left in Grafton. She's likely to pickle off any time at the Deutschland. Let's see if we can focus fire the barrack here and come out with a ship sinking. We kind of need the VP. Everyone's firing at the barrack with everything they got. All right. Oop. Let's see here. What's your best bet? Plow ahead or... Oops, I just did the wrong. Didn't mean you. Torpedo's coming this way, so yeah, let's do that. I think Deutschland's best bet is to come a little bit to the right, mainly just to swing the stern away. I don't think she's going to be able to... Oh, she might. Let's go hard right, at least long enough to straighten the ship relative to the torpedo's path. Okay, now just straighten up. Go like so. There you go. And that begs the question on whether or not all of our light cruisers are going to be able to stay out of the path of that torpedo. Thetis will, but I don't know if these others are because they're just following in her wake. So, Karlsruhe, attach. Well, they're all going to make that same left turn. I don't think I need to fiddle with their courses. Just tell them to do it now. Clone, detach. Yep, that's fine. And Frauenlob. Attach. Okay. captain is fully out of torpedoes. I'm just going to keep Deutschland pointed this direction. I could turn to the left and unmask another turret. This will give her a better angle for that incoming 9-inch. What are we doing with this torpedo? I think Karlsruhe is clear. I think everyone's going to be clear. Thetis can turn back toward Barrack. Our, quote, light cruisers, unquote, are actually slower and have heavier guns than our armored cruiser does. Meanwhile, everyone is kind of dodging 14-inch shells, so we kind of need to get Barrack down here and then beat feed if we can. We haven't sunk any British ships yet. I'd like to get one without losing one. A lot of 14-inch rain coming down here. Thetis. How about throw a little smoke out there? Deutschland. Barrack doesn't even care about Deutschland. He's firing at the Thetis. Good turn. Let's get another battery. Or another turret pointed. Okay. The torpedo is passed. Karlsruhe, you can go back into division with Thetis. Cologne can do the same. They all can. I just need to make sure I get them in order so as not to throw the line out. And Frauenlob. Did that do it? Yeah. Okay. Barrack is doing 13 knots. Let's bring the light cruiser kind of along this way. If they can ever get there. She hasn't taken much damage, partially because Thetis has gotten the attention now. Thetis is doing all right. I probably should have switched everything to HE earlier. The Brits have actually done more damage to us. I think a big chunk of that, however, was on our destroyer. The other, no, Thetis is starting to take some damage here. Karlsruhe is now the lead of that division. Ow. Just took some smacks, 14-inch smacks. Can't smoke up yet. It was probably a mistake to disengage Deutschland. It would have been better if she was the one tanking the fire. Grafton is not abandoning Barrett to her fate. He's sticking around. Well, Karlsruhe is now getting smacked as well, to the point where Cologne is now the lead. Division. Thetis is falling into line. Kind of don't want to turn on torps because Karlsruhe is going back down the engaged side. I don't want to throw torps right into her. Deutschland would be in a great position to pickle off some fish. I fired him earlier. She doesn't have any. Go HE for the... Actually, no. Stay with autumn. You're close enough, your 6-incher should penetrate. Yeah. Barracks about that. I do not believe we're going to need torpedoes. There's Barrack. Gone. Okay, Deutschland. Turn, disengage, light cruisers. Don't want any more 14-inch rain coming down. May not have a choice. Nope, battlecruisers are headed away. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Just head away and get whatever fire we can in Grafton, into Grafton. Thetis. Detach. And that's Division 5. Karlsruhe. Go with Thetis. You guys are slower. So we'll go ahead and start opening distance now. Stay with HE. These cruisers are going to be able to get up ahead of the beam. They're slower, even without any damage. This is a terrible torpedoing, as it is. AI will easily be able to evade. Here's the battlecruisers are no longer firing at us, as far as I can tell. I don't hate that. I'm not actually seeing a good reason to disengage. BC's a beat feet. Grafton doesn't have any torpedoes. She's actually speeded up. More damage, and she might slow down to where we can .8% accuracy with her 9-inchers, but doesn't appear to be firing at anyone. I see that her 9-incher turrets are out of commission. Oh, there she goes. I think the turrets were just slowing from a recent turn for a minute. That's probably why she wasn't immediately firing. Yeah, smoke up. It's like 3.3, 2. That's because she's turning, I think. And at the moment, at least, her accuracy is not any worse than the light cruisers or the Deutschland with her mighty 6-inchers. Yeah, okay, now switch to. I should have switched that earlier. Deutschland. I think that's pronounced Deutschland, is that correct? And let's not have a collision problem here. Those are other cruisers. They're just about out of gun range and they've got engine problems. So they're pretty much out of the battle. But they're not in any trouble either. But Grafton is maintaining speed higher. Well, maybe not. It's running again, I think. Grafton has made 44 hits for 1.4K. She's taken about twice as many for much less damage. And that's just 9-inch versus the lower calibers on our side. You know, I think I'm just going to take the win. Right now, this is a victory with the sinking of the barrack. We're not really slowing Grafton down any. These two cruisers have seen some damage. They're too slow to get back in the battle. I don't see any particular reason to let maybe a lucky hit by the Grafton change the balance of what has been a modest success for us. Well, she's changed her mind. Okay, if you're not going to chase me, I'll chase you. Okay, well, alright. Changes things again. You're going back around. Ugh. Cruisers, light cruisers are actually getting low on ammo. And the one small benefit of 6 inches is there's still plenty of main battery ammo on Deutschland. Our 3 inches run dry though. Not that that's a big deal either way, I guess. And Grafton can't make up her mind. She's doing donuts here. Should I stay or should I go? Battlecruisers are not making a reappearance. Just gradually taking structure damage, but we haven't done anything to really slow her down. No, we could have been going a little faster. Sorry about that. To 74% structure. Yeah, I forgot to turn them around. Yeah, screw it. Keep going. Oh wait, what was that? Fire control damaged. That's cool. Yeah. Come back on over here. Looks like Cologne just took a hit. Frontal lobe now lead. 7-inch ammo done. Okay. We're not going to do too much more on just structure. Let's just see what you can do with your corpse. Maybe nothing. Probably nothing. Maybe if we can get some intersecting fans going here from the 2 cruisers, like we saw a couple battles ago. Just one launcher. Didn't fire the other launcher. Maybe she'll turn back into the torps. The spread just went out. No, those missed. Enough. Everybody be feet. Oh crap, the Battlecruisers are back. Shit. Oh, this might turn south. Here. Shoot Grafton. Who is continuing to just do circles. Ground load. Detach. Let's move straight away. Cologne. Okay. Oh, Deutschland's getting low too. About to go Winchester. Battlecruisers are faster than everybody now. If they choose to press the issue, pretty serious trouble. She's still pumping out some 3-inch. Okay, Battlecruisers are out of spotting range. It doesn't mean we're out of theirs, though, because Grafton can still see us. At least they're not shooting at anybody. Grafton is pursuing, and they have quite a bit of 9-inch ammo left. Goodness. Okay, we need to get... We don't have much left in the way of gun firepower. Whatever we can get needs to be brought to bear on Grafton. 3-inch and 2-inch, but hey. Making 15 and coming back up. Alright, we're going about the same speed. Back up to 19-ish. Grafton is doing 23, but is turning. Go away. Battlecruisers over this way. They may not be entirely gone. Okay, Deutschland is doing what she can do with her little guns. Get some fires and a little bit of HE damage on her. If she had 6-inch available, it'd be worth trying to get some pins. But we're out. I think it shows these numbers only for the highest caliber ship. Like that 36% in green, I don't think that applies to the 4-inchers. I don't think it does. Maybe Grafton is changing her mind. Yeah, go that direction. Thank you. Have you steadied up? Yeah. No. She's turning around again. Because she's changed her focus to Deutschland, not the lights. It's alright. Deutschland doing 23. Grafton doing slower, but that might just be because she's in a turn. Maybe not. She's at 65% damage. She's back up. The question is, what happens when we get to 0 on the clock? I think this is going to be another long episode. Okay, well, those guys are safe. Cologne's actually up to 22.5. Frauenlob still below 20. Ooh, Deutschland taking some flooding. Very bad though. I forgot what Deutschland's. Oh, a few bulkheads. Fantastic. See, with max bulkheads, it would have been limited, I think, to just that one compartment. With few, progressive flooding further out. Out of 2-inch range, it's just these 4-inchers. Which are obviously no match for the incoming 9-inch fire. I would turn Deutschland away, but I think that will just make Grafton focus in on the Frauenlob. Who still has a lot of torps. Would that be so bad? Cologne still has a... Thing is, I don't know what these battlecruisers are doing. If they're also following just outside of spotting range and turning back to try torpedoing Grafton, could kind of backfire. However, what if turn. Just throw some torpedoes downrange at her. Make her evade. You firing the other people? Oh, because they're underwater. They have a shitty firing cone. Here. Just bring around here. Try that. How's that? Aggressive. Put more torps in the water. No? Okay. Put her out of spotting range. No, there she is. Oh, and just exactly what I feared. There's the Battlecruisers. It's very possible that Frownlow may have just sacrificed herself. Maybe necessarily, I don't know. But if they're focusing on you, head this way. Cologne, head this way. Deutschland, head this way. Keep it to a heavy for a light cruiser trade. Nope, wrong cruiser. Yeah, reload those torpedoes. Might get a good shot on her. Forward of the beam, anyway. Not getting shot at. There's that. Sure why she's not firing. Launcher's trained. So, should be, yeah. And the battle ends. Okay. Well, well, well. I had forgotten that Victoria Louise sunk. So we traded heavy cruisers. Okay, and they did more damage on our surviving ships than we did to Grafton. So it is a defeat, but 1980 to 1921. So it's pretty close to a draw. We did lose a little bit more crew. I believe that if we had had our newer classes in there, that would have gone much differently. So we're just going to have to hold the line with these ships as best we can until those come online. And with that, we'll see what happens in September in the next episode.